honor to be your host this morning. I know that we are celebrating the journey and embracing the future. And once we are celebrating any kind of journey and embracing the future, graduation ceremonies are always very special. They're very sentimental because I think it represents growth. I think it also represents the closure of one chapter, the opening of another. It also represents transition from one stage to another, and it always represents improvement. And I want to send a very, very big hearty congratulations to all our graduates this morning from batch 1 of the 2021 cohort. Yes, give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Those who have joined us virtually as well. I know I have some physical persons here, but those who have joined us virtually as well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Your hard work, perseverance, determination, focus definitely paid off, and it will continue to pay off. In life, nothing happens overnight. You will not see success in one go, but you always have to keep evolving. And when I talk about the importance of evolving and evolution, we talk about resilience and the importance of being resilient and multifaceted individuals in this day and age and this ever-changing world. You know what I mean? Can you agree with me? Yes. And when we're talking about resilience, we're talking about, maneuvering and overcoming challenging situations and always being able to come out on top and being even better than you were before. And when we talk about being multifaceted, we're talking about having multiple layers as an individual, multiple layers in terms of your skill set, and showcasing who you are, who you represent, what you represent. And that is what the GSS Apprenticeship program is all about, helping you to improve, helping you to grow, helping you to just become better individuals and at large, contributing to the economy and the world at large better. So we are proud of you. We are happy to have you here, and congratulations once again. Round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. So the GSS Apprenticeship PEAK, which is Perform to Enhance and Accelerate Your Knowledge program, allows firms to upskill their employees into new areas of management. As a GSS employee, the aim of this 12-month program is to provide you with the necessary skills to fill mid-management and leadership roles. As part of the industry's human capital development strategy, firms can agree on these areas of needs and embark on a coordinated approach to filling these areas. The apprenticeship program was successfully launched with a pilot program in 2020, and enrollment has grown from 143 to 1,800 to date. Yes, I think that deserves a round of applause. Now, the program features a rigorous curriculum to upskill apprentices to supervisory management and leadership and management levels. And what we should also be mindful of is the fact that Jamaica has demonstrated a fantastic track record in business process outsourcing, with 4 of the top 10 global BPO companies having a presence locally. Jamaica possesses impressive credentials in this industry, which is underpinned by cutting-edge telecommunications infrastructure, a talented English-speaking labor pool, and of course, the proximity to the Americas. Jamaica has also cemented itself as the outsourcing hub of the Caribbean and the ideal nearshoring location for partners looking to access skilled professionals. So therefore, the project seeks to support the government of Jamaica to develop the global services sector through strengthening the pipeline of talent and strengthening the investment ecosystem to increase foreign direct investment and export services. Now, during the proceedings, ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage you, 1, to visit the virtual photo booth and share your photos. I will give you some additional information on that as we go on. And 2, to follow us on our social media platforms, Instagram at GSS Jamaica, Twitter at GSS Jamaica 1, and LinkedIn and Facebook, Global Services Sector Jamaica. Now, a part of this, or one important factor of the GSS apprenticeship program is, of course, to improve and to upskill the workforce, which is always, important to ensure that employees' skill set won't become obsolete. We show you that we also care because we want you to become better individuals. Now, at this time, my first speaker, who will be bringing us greetings, she's like family to me. She knows me from I was about 10. I'm not trying to age you, Doc. I'm definitely not trying to age you because you don't look a day older than when I saw you then. So, ladies and gentlemen, please make her feel welcomed. Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, Managing Director at the Heart NSTA.
Thank you so much, Miss Talia Soares. I've had the privilege of being with her at the high school level. And she is still that beautiful young lady that I saw my first day at St. Andrew High for Girls. Senator and our Minister, the Honorable Aubin Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Sansia Bennett Templar, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Miss Diane Edwards, President, Jamaica Promotions Corporations, JAMPRO, Egbert von Frankenberg, Chairman of the Global Services Skills Board, Fernando Pavan, Project Lead, Inter-American Development Bank, representatives of the board, representatives of the Heart NSTA Trust, ladies and gentlemen, our online viewers, and the most important people in the room, our graduates. Good morning. You're looking so lovely in your hats with the nice tassels. That is an indication of success. Clap yourselves. It is indeed a pleasure for me to bring you greetings as the Managing Director of the Heart NSTA Trust for this, the first graduation ceremony for the GSS Apprenticeship Program. As the main driver of human development in Jamaica, the Heart NSTA Trust recognizes and appreciates the contributions of the global services sector to nation building over the years, and we are proud to have partnered with key players in the sector for various initiatives resulting in the upskilling, employment, and empowerment of Jamaicans, and importantly, the youth of Jamaica. The global services sector is no doubt the fastest growing employment creator in Jamaica and has made stellar contributions to the Jamaican economy, as it is one of the largest contributors to our foreign exchange earnings. Over the past 6 years, we would have seen that the contributions of the global services sector to Jamaica's economy have more than doubled from US $400 million in 2016 to US $900 million earlier this year. The sector has not only been making marked contributions in terms of revenue generation, but has also been key in providing employment opportunities for Jamaicans, thereby contributing to the reduction of the country's unemployment rate. Isn't that great news? The sector boasts an impressive 270% increase in the number of jobs created in the economy over a 5-year period, from 17,000 in 2015 to about 46,000 in 2021. We have also seen a tripling, that is a 316% increase in the number of firms in the sector, from 30 to approximately 90 over the same period. Gone are the days when the trading of commodities, and you would remember those days if you're as old as I am, right? Such as bauxite was the largest contributor to Jamaica's economy. Today, Jamaica is more heavily reliant on the services industry, which accounted for almost 78% of the country's GDP in 2020. There is no way Jamaica could have such a booming service industry without competent workers. Let me say that again. There is no way Jamaica could have such a booming service industry without competent workers. As we know, people are the most important element to any service or experience. Most of us can think of an experience where the service we receive from a business staff determine whether we are repeat customers, right? And whether we would refer potential customers to that business. I therefore implore the graduates of the GSS Apprenticeship program that as you are now upskilled and empowered to take up management and leadership, and I will pause for the arrival of our Honorable Minister. Team? Just in time. You may be seated. And we want the minister to hear. He would have missed the data sets before, but he knows the data sets. So the part we want him to hear is that there is no way Jamaica could have such a booming service industry without competent workers. As we know, people are the most important element to any service or experience. Most of us can think of an experience where the service we receive from a business's staff determine whether we are repeat customers and whether we would refer potential customers to that business. I therefore implore the graduates of the GSS Apprenticeship program that as you are now upskilled and empowered to take up management and leadership roles in the global services sector, ensure that you put the people first. This creates a win-win situation for both the employer and the employees. Many studies affirm that employees who feel valued have higher levels of engagement and job satisfaction and are less likely to seek employment elsewhere. Employees who feel valued are also more productive, which is critical for boosting revenue generation and bottom line profits. If the global services sector is to boost investor confidence and continue to reap high yields, this is very important. You, people, are a very important resource that should not be ignored. Graduates, in the same way, you have benefited from the on-the-job training to develop your skills and competencies. Please, pay it forward. I therefore charge you to identify persons within your workspace that you could upskill, coach, and mentor, and help them to enhance their capabilities and reduce skill gaps in your respective organizations. I would also like to commend the Skills Development for Global Services Sector project for initiating the GSS Apprenticeship program. The Heart NSTA Trust recognizes the importance of work-based training and the enriching of opportunity it affords participants to gain real-world experience and develop expertise in their chosen field under the tutelage of industry professionals. This helps not only to bridge the gap between theory and practice, but also in enabling exposure to current industry practices and insight into future industry needs. In appreciation of this fact, the Trust has in the current fiscal year shifted to a 50-50 work-based training model. That will see some of our trainees spending 50% of their training in institution learning and the remaining spending the other 50 in on-the-job training. We believe that this kind of work-based training will augur well for our future graduates That is, graduates whose theoretical knowledge is fortified by rich industry experience. The Heart NSTA Trust therefore stands ready, our minister. We stand ready, Ms. Diane Edwards, to offer support to the skills development for global services project through our workforce and work-based training initiatives. We are ready to partner with you in the whole business of developing human capital for nation building. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ingleton, the Managing Director at the Heart NSTA Trust. Thank you so very much for highlighting, how important it is to have competent workers, how important it is to, boost productivity and boost revenue, and of course, for sharing those statistics. So thank you so much. I have to also formally welcome the Minister, Senator the Honorable Aubin Hill. Thank you so much for joining us, Minister. Yes, thank you. My next speaker this morning will be highlighting how we can enhance access to training and support, especially how it is important to investment generation. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome President at the Jamaica Promotions Corporation, Diane Edwards.
Thank you so much, Madam Moderator. Senators, the Honorable Aubin Hill, Minister in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Mrs. Sancia Bennett-Templer, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, will be joining us shortly, I trust. Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, Managing Director, Heart NSTA Trust. And I hope online with us is Fernando Yitzhak Pavon, who is the IDB project lead and has been such a great support to this project. Egbert von Frankenberg, who is the chairman of the Global Services Skills Council, a very important body within this program. Marjorie Straw, our program director. Marjorie is not with us physically today, but I know that she's online and she is the real force behind this Global Services Sector project. Let me also recognize Tara Wright, country director of Continuum Global, who is hopefully also online, and also representatives of the board and membership of the Global Services Association of Jamaica, who represent all of the 70-odd BPO and outsourcing companies in the country. Let me also recognize representatives of the Heart NSTA Trust. I know several of you are here with us today, and the trainers. Our board director, Christopher McPherson, sitting in the back, and he is also from the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. And let me say to you all, you graduates this morning, a warm, warm good morning, because it's your morning. This is really your celebration. We celebrate with you. And I really have to offer my most sincere congratulations, because you have taken the time to invest in your own future. And that is critical. And as I always say to people who are in this industry, the industry is here because of you. The talent pool in Jamaica is the most important part of what we market to the international market. They come into your organizations, your BPO organizations, they see you, they speak to you randomly, they learn from you, and they learn from us that what we are saying to them, that Jamaican workers are diligent, industrious, hardworking, focused, ambitious, and proud. You are the embodiment of all of that. And that's why we have 57,000 workers in the industry and growing. That is why all of the 70 companies who are here are interested in expansion. And every single day, JAMPRO is helping these companies to expand further and expand outside of Kingston, expand across the country. So what you are doing here, what you are embodying here, is about nation building, because you are the future of this nation. And I'm not giving you a huge burden to carry, but I think it is important that you understand that you are the vanguard of this movement. I think I also want to say to those Heart NSTA members and trainers that you are playing a critical role in developing the minds and the business acumen and the focus of these young people who are here with us today. So thank you very much, and thank you, Dr. Ingleton, for your team and the role that they are playing in developing the human capital pool that we have, the talent pool in Jamaica, which is really our biggest competitive advantage. So as president of the Jamaica Promotions Corporation, and we are the executing agency with direct oversight for the implementation of the GSS project, this is really a huge morning for us, because the celebration of the first batch of graduates, as I've said, this is what we work for. And I tell my team all the time that this is a difference that JAMPRO can make to the development of Jamaica. We play a critical role in promoting Jamaica, I think I've said that, as an ideal location for global services. In fact, in 2018, Kingston was voted the Nearshore City, the BPO City of the Year, and that is critical in the development of the industry. And that is why a lot of new companies are beating their way to our door. That is why we are successful and known as a leader in the Caribbean in this industry. So training is not a part of JAMPRO's mandate, and the great thing is that we have a fantastic partner in Heart NSTA, because they're the ones who have helped us to execute the mandate of this project. The fact that the government of Jamaica accepted a $15 million loan from the Inter-American Development Bank signals the government's commitment to providing an enabling environment conducive to investment and to business growth. And critical to achieving these goals is access to the people with the right skill sets. The right skill sets is what has allowed us to grow this industry. A few years ago, the sector indicated the challenges in accessing middle-tier professionals with the requisite leadership and management capabilities. And it is out of this that we created this apprenticeship program, and that we have driven this program now to graduating its first cohort. So every single one of you today represents the first batch of GSS employees to have successfully completed this program. You have done brilliantly, and you should definitely clap yourselves. I think it is important that we mark this moment also by saying that the project itself has done some revolutionary things. You heard Dr. Ingleton on the question of on-the-job training. We, in this program, created the Global Services Skills Council, and that really brings industry into communication with the educational institutions, because that on-the-job training that you spoke about, Dr. Ingleton, really critical going forward. It's not enough to have the technical knowledge and the theoretical knowledge. You've got to have the practical knowledge, because that's what makes you job ready. And as I say to the graduates in closing, I really want to say that you have embarked on the journey for your future. You are going to acquire through this program, you have acquired the foundation for the skills that you are going to need in your future life. And these foundational skills will serve you as you grow in an industry which really has the advantage of allowing you to move up the ladder, to go to supervisory, to go to management, to go to leadership positions in very short order. This is an industry that is here to stay. This is an industry which spans BPO, which spans KPO, knowledge process outsourcing, and ITO, information technology outsourcing. So you have a great future and a great opportunity. I want to see you live up to it, and we want to see every one of you soaring to higher heights. Congratulations again, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Edwards, President at the Jamaica Promotions Corporation of Indeed Nation Building and investing in future is critical. And allowing employees to grow and build skills, knowledge, not only increases confidence, but it also allows for an effective and efficient workspace. We are diligent, we are industrious, we are indeed a proud set of people, Jamaicans overall. So, yes, thank you so much, Mrs. Edwards. So now it's only fitting to hear from our program director. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the screen and let's hear from Marjorie Straw, our program director for our GSS project.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GSS Apprenticeship Graduation Ceremony. Senator, the Honorable Aubin Hill, Minister of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Diane Edwards, President of the Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO, Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, Managing Director of Hart NSTA Trust, Egbert von Frankenberg, Chairman, Global Services Skills Council, Tara Wright, Country Director of Continuum Global, host and moderator Talia Suarez, representatives of the board and membership of the Global Services Association of Jamaica, representatives of Hart NSTA Trust, and associated trainers, members of the GSS firms, distinguished and specially invited guests, parents, family, and friends, and of course, to our graduates, good morning. Congratulations to an amazing cohort of apprentices for doing a fantastic job in completing this milestone. The GSS Project Execution Unit is elated at this result to witness the graduation of the first 114 apprentices from its GSS Apprenticeship Program in Supervisory Management. With no intention of boasting, Jamaica's GSS Apprenticeship Program is a one-of-a-kind and undoubtedly a successful model being viewed by neighboring countries and other industries right here in Jamaica. What makes the GSS Apprenticeship Program a model initiative? It utilizes a framework accommodating to firms' operations and needs. It is based on a strong public-private sector partnership. This means that the government, via the GSS project, finances the program through its competitive fund. There is a national training agency, Hart NSTA, that manages, shortlists, and pays trainers and training providers. GSS firms identify the skills, competencies, and attributes required of supervisors guiding program development. Then there's also the element of it being employer-led. As an employer-led program, the firms select and elect employees to participate in the training. The firms, via their training plans, indicate the training times suitable to their cohort of employees. The firms select the trainer or the training provider best suited to interact and train their staff. Central to this program are our apprentices. So in this regard, the project ensured that the apprentices receive a monthly payment to cover their expenses related to their participation in the program. There's additional support provided through a GSS Apprenticeship Week, meetings whenever they are required to hear and listen to what the apprentices have to say, and strong support through our social media groups and our flagship programs. There's engagement and culture of the program, meaning there's an 80-20 balance between on-the-job and off-the-job training. We provide a virtual learning environment which allows flexibility in the schedule with engaging content and assessment, fostering soft skills such as effective communication, teamwork, presentation, amongst others. We administer surveys to ascertain feedback from apprentices, resulting in continuous improvements to our program. The success of this model was only achieved because of your involvement and completion of the program. So today, we celebrate the journey you took to get here. Now let's embrace the future of growth and possibilities in Jamaica's GSS. Thank you.
Good morning, graduates. On behalf of the Global Services Skill Council, I would like to congratulate you to your graduation today for completing a 12-month program in a supervisory management role. We all are very pleased to see your development, the development in yourself, and the development for our country, to see how we can all bring this new global services sector to growth and flourishing over the next decade. I want to thank you all as the first 114 graduates to make this step and to see that these enhancements that we're putting in place with the first Skills Council in Jamaica are actually helping to drive the development of the human capital that we have here in Jamaica, and that over the next coming months you will see that your new skills can be applied and that your new skills can be shown as a leaderly example to others to follow in your footsteps as well, so that we can assist more entry-level positions to graduate and to grow in their own roles and to grow into senior management roles at some point, perhaps. I want to thank you all for taking this time and dedication, for taking these extra hours in your day to follow through and graduate here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our program director for this GSS project, Marjorie Straw. And you also just heard from the chairman of the Global Services Skills Council, Egbert von Frankenberg. One more time for them, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking about the winning apprenticeship model, supporting, of course, the growth of employees, and the effective skills council, which addressed skills gaps and which provided an avenue for professional development as well. So thank you so very much. Now it's time to hear from a very special individual who will be touching on the importance of providing the requisite learning platform, materials, and qualified trainers to advance the skill sets of the workforce, which is, of course, vital to the success of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's all welcome the Senior Programs Director for the Work-Based Training MSME Heart NSTA, Marlon Johnson.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Chair, Senator Aubin Hill, Mrs. Bennett Templar, PS Templar, Dr. Ingleton, my Managing Director, indeed, President Diane Edwards, Senior Directors, my colleagues from the Heart NSTA Trust, my colleagues from JAMPRO, but most importantly, the graduates. I am really happy just to see you here this morning. I remember the conversation myself and Ms. Straw, and just the work it took to get here. Colleagues, I beg you, just give them a clap. Now, it's as a trust, as the Heart NSTA Trust, we intend to expand the apprenticeship model because we see apprenticeship as one of the tools to bridge that labor variance for many sectors. And I'll say this much to you, that as Margie said earlier, this is a template, a framework that will be used in many other sectors, again, to ensure that we bridge that gap between school and work. And as we move ahead, we intend to have this, what we refer to as social dialogue in apprenticeship. And the social dialogue will involve our trainers, it will involve our firms, which play a critical role in this process because they need to understand that when you have a very robust, agile apprenticeship system, it contributes positively to your economic bottom line. And when we talk to firms, it's important for them to understand whatever program they engage in, how this impacts their economics, because they're in business for business. So when we talk to them, we want the firms to understand that when you have a very agile, robust apprenticeship system, it directly, positively impacts your bottom line, because the statistics will show that when you lose a team member from any sector, it takes 9 months of that team member's salary to train someone to get them back to the level of the team member you lost. But when you have a very agile apprenticeship system, you can easily move somebody in that role because they are there understudying the individual. I want to also charge you that this framework that is used is to also to ensure that you understand the value of continuous growth and development. The heart is here. Ensure that you exploit, and I will use the word exploit, use every program, try to get on every program hard. We're there for you, So I leave you with a quote. It was Alwyn Toffler who said, "The literate of the 21st century is the person who is unable to learn, unlearn, and relearn." Have a great morning, everyone.
Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson. And of course, he really did touch on the importance of the contribution directly to these firms. You know what I mean? And we're not talking about a contribution just at the senior level, because it affects the firm overall. So thank you so much, Mr. Johnson. Now, we mentioned the firm, so I think it's only fitting to hear from them, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the screens as we'll be hearing from the GSS firms, Conduent, Contacts 360, IBEX, National Credit Adjusters, and Vistaprint.
Congratulations, graduating class of 2022. The GSS program has opened doors for so many of you, and I'm delighted to see you as the next set of achievers, closing another successful chapter in your lives. You stayed focused to this one-year program, even with all the other obligations and challenges you had, both work and personal. You should be so proud of yourselves, and I wish you the very best during this pivotal time in your lives. Take time to celebrate your hard work, which has led you to this point. Now is the time to seize all the fantastic opportunities coming your way. Always bring your true, authentic self to every room and every conversation. As my mom used to tell me, change the world, but never be changed by the world. Believe in yourselves, as I and the rest of the Conduent team believe in you. And may this next chapter be your best yet. Congratulations.
On behalf of the CEO and the executive team of Contacts 360 BPO Solutions, we would like to congratulate our graduates. For 12 months of the GSS program, you invested a lot of time and effort and showed that you were committed to ensuring your development. That hard work and dedication has definitely paid off and is evident in your participation in today's graduation ceremony. We know some persons shedded a tear or two, while others wanted to give up. However, you persevered. Look at you today. You made it. We are very proud of your accomplishment, and we encourage you to continue striving for success. Excellent job, team, and again, congratulations from your Contacts 360 family.
Congratulations to all the graduates from IBEX. We are so proud of your commitment and dedication these past 12 months, and we want to applaud you. With the fast growth within this industry, this is the right move for your careers. We want to especially acknowledge our top tier ranking graduates, Latifa Coleman, Garfield Watson, Leonore Folks, Dane Dowie, and Tanisha Howe. As the industry grows, so will the skill set that will be needed in a program like this will allow for proper certification and the development of your careers and initiatives on it. And this really allows Jamaica to incorporate in a global scale, being the best practice leader and implement our people and technology all across the world. Especially as the industry standards continue to rise, we will continue to be a shining example of the quality of service that our industry provides on this island. So I just want to say congratulations. Thank you so much for your efforts and continued success. And have an incredible graduation celebration.
Good morning to Orville, Keisha, Monifa, Indiria, Roche, Carissa, Shane, Shireen, and Horain. A big congratulations to you all for completing the GSS Apprenticeship program for Supervisory Management last year. Extremely proud of the effort that you all put in, because it took a lot of sacrifice and hard work and time away from your family, from your friends, from your lives to get this done, and you stuck to the task. And I am, again, really proud of the work that you did. We can see the results and the improvement, not just in your performance, but in your professionalism and understanding of the global services sector and the environment within which we work. And you have already paid tremendous dividends to our organization as a result of the course that you have taken. I wish you all the best and all the luck in your future endeavors right here with National Credit Adjusters. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank the Global Services Association of Jamaica and JAMPRO, working with the Heart Trust to put this program on. I think it's an excellent program. Once again, guys, congratulations on your graduation, and we look forward to keep growing from strength to strength. Thank you.
Hi, congratulations to all the graduates of the GSS Leadership Program. I know it's been a very long year, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of studying. I'm happy that you have all made it through this journey. And now is the time that you use all that you've learned, and I'm sure a lot of you would have been using it as you went along, but now is when you use all of what you've learned, put it into practice and help the next generation to be great leaders, help your teams to be great specialists, help them to grow, help them to develop, and hopefully all that you have gone through over the last year is just a stepping stone to your successful career in leadership. Again, thank you, and I hope you have an awesome career and the journey was worth it.
Okay, thank you so much. One more time for senior executives, ladies and gentlemen, from our GSS firms. And they've been talking about, how the apprentices did, a lot of sacrifices. I'm sure sometimes you were frustrated. Sometimes you said, Lord, I can't bother with this. Why am I doing this again? Oh God, success takes so much work. Yes. But when you're sitting here today, and for those of us who've joined us virtually, wherever you are sitting, you feel good, don't you? You feel like you've accomplished something. You feel better within yourself. You say, okay, I'm growing. I'm moving little by little. So I know that since we're bigging you up this morning, and it is all about you this morning, ladies and gentlemen, we want to hear from you. We want to hear your side of the story. Why do you look so nervous now? I don't understand. You were just smiling with me. You were just answering me. Then all of a sudden, when I say I want to hear from you, you just put on your head like, oh my God. Is it really that time? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome the apprentice from Vistaprint, Sadiq Black. All right, so we're going to hear from another apprentice in the meantime. All right, so let's welcome Latifa Coleman from IBEX.
Good day, everyone. I would like to greet you all this morning to Senator Honorable Hill, Dr. Ingleton, Mrs. Edwards, Mr. Frankenberg, Marjorie Straw, Marlon Johnson, all board representatives, and all invited guests. And lastly, but definitely not least, my fellow graduates. It all began February 2021, where 20 great minds came together with the same goal in mind, to become better individuals and better leaders. Team Genesis, as the IBEX team would call ourselves, created history, becoming the first GSS apprentices and now graduates. We have created a network among ourselves, as most of us has now branched off into different departments of IBEX through promotions. I would like to take this opportunity to thank IBEX Global for seeing the importance in knowledge and investing in us all. To Heart Trust, Jampro, the entire GSS team, and everyone who played a part in this initiative, we salute you and we thank you for bringing this great vision to a reality and allowing us the opportunity to partake. To Ms. Chambers, our very own IBEX facilitator, thank you for making this so easy. You listened, you took action, you advocated, you encouraged, and you even corrected in love. Lastly, but definitely not least, Team Genesis, a team of integrity, transparency, respect, and excellence. Hats off to us all for making it to the very end, for maintaining 100% attendance through surgeries, childbirth, definitely childbirth, sickness, and even grief. As myself, I lost my great-grandmother, but we definitely did not miss any class. Though we faced many obstacles, we went to all classes, we participated, we completed our assignments, and even put off some of the best skits I've ever seen in my life. Center stage has no comparison to us. The knowledge that we now have, we will use it as a stepping stone to further our success. Congratulations to the GSS graduating class. We all did it.
Thank you so much, Latifa from IBEX, and of course, the Genesis team. She has people crying in here, tearing up. And I feel like that name had a lot of meaning to you all, because when you talk about Genesis, you're talking about the origin, you know, the formation of something great and impeccable. And it seems like you guys are on your way, on the journey to being amazing and astounding, you know, contributors to IBEX and the society at large. So thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think she's ready for us now. One more time for Sadiq Black from Vista Print.
Thank you. Honorable Minister Obin Hill, Industry and Investment Commerce. Dane Edwards, President of Jamaica Promotions Corporation. Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, Managing Director of the Heart NSTA Trust. Edbert von Frankenberg, Chairman of the Global Service Skill Council. Marjorie Shaw, or Program Director from the GSS Service Project. Tara Wright, or Country Director of Continuum Global, or Lovely Mediator, Talia Soares. Representatives from the board and membership of the Global Service Association of Jamaica, our representatives and trainers from Heart Trust, members of the GSS firm, distinguished guests, and of course, our lovely graduates. I want to first say thank you for giving us the opportunity and the benefits that we receive from the Global Service Sector Project. It all started with a little message introducing us to the opportunity, followed by a session to get familiar with the learning platform and our facilitators, to connect in on various days of the week for classes, during which we had discussions, healthy arguments, assignments, assessments, Ibex, you mentioned role plays, and discoveries throughout 16 intense modules. For us, it wasn't just about the sector. It wasn't just about BPO. We had opportunities to teach and learn, for some of us, how to speak our native tongue. And I think Louise Bennett would be proud. The supervisory management program gave us the opportunity to add new information and allowed us a space to refresh our knowledge bank. Persons who wouldn't normally interact daily were able to come together, better understand our various departments, roles, and responsibilities within the global service sector. This gave us an appreciation for how each of us contribute to the success of this sector. With everything we do in life, there are positives, and as we like to say at Vista, opportunities to learn. We appreciate, and I want to slow down just a little. We appreciate the GSS sector and the Art NST for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us and gather feedback. I hope that the feedback you receive will be used to improve this program beyond the initial project framework. Lastly, and definitely not least, yes, we are now certified, but our biggest motivator for some of us, and I want to thank you, Minister, for ensuring the government came through, our monetary benefits. Having a stipend as we go through this one-year program was a blessing to us all. As we continue to put into practice what we have garnered, I want to remind you, my graduates, as we continue on this journey, it's not the end, but just a scenic view on this beautiful destination to greatness. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Sadiq from Vista Print. You know what I love about Sadiq? Sadiq is really Sadiq said, guess what? Yes, I want to improve my skill set and all, but Minister, thank you so much. Because, you see that money, that dollar figure, that's what it's all about. And another thing is that she showed us a while ago that no matter what life throws at you, always be prepared, pick yourself up, keep it going, and deliver to the best of your ability. So Sadiq, thank you so much. Let's hear from another apprentice this morning, or I should say this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Keisha Walters Barrett from NCA.
To the Honorable Senator Aubin Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Sansia Bennett Templer, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Diane Edwards, President of JAMPRO, Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, Managing Director of Heart Trust, Egbert von Frankenberg, Chairman of the Global Services Skills Council, Fernando Prevon, IDB Project Lead, Marjorie Straw, Program Director of the Global Services Sector Project, Tara Wright, Country Director of Continuum Global, our moderator, Talia Soares, members of the Global Services Skills Council, representatives of the board and membership of the Global Services Association of Jamaica, representatives of Heart NSTA Trust and the associated trainers, members of the GSS firms, specially invited guests, family friends, those joining us online, and of course, our fellow graduates. Good afternoon to everyone. Success is a journey, not a destination. The doing is often more important than the outcome, and that's a quote from Arthur Ashe. Today, as we gather for our graduation ceremony, and we attempt in the next few minutes to reflect on our journey, I feel compelled not only to examine the 12-month period of the GSS Supervisor Management course, because this journey did not start with the course we are graduating from today. And indeed, it will not end, or more accurately, has not ended at the completion of our training. Some of us graduates may have even been a part of this industry for years, up to and over 2 decades for some. And oh, what a journey it was. One punctuated with many detours, stops, turns, successes, achievements, and many lessons learned. But we have done well. Well for ourselves, our families, our companies, and our lovely country, Jamaica. We have developed in leaps and bounds, both professionally and personally. Kindly allow me to add some context to these achievements. This industry was for a very long time stereotyped as the place to be employed when you couldn't find anything else to do with yourself. Sad to say, it became a curse to students in schools who weren't doing so well. You'd hear things like, you better do well or else you're gonna have to work in a call center. Some persons were even embarrassed to talk about where they worked because of the societal put-downs on the industry. But it has been the success stories from our lives that have helped to reshape the mindset and advanced the recognition of an absolutely amazing industry that is impacting lives and livelihood. There is no formal training designed to equip individuals at various levels in the operations and the management of GSS businesses. That's an achievement. May I draw from our very own Jamaican recording artist, and Miss Black, I don't know how proud Louise Bennett will be of me today, but I'm gonna try. His name is Nesbeth. Now, I didn't start this speech like Martin Luther King talking about a dream. But look at us now. When them treat me less than gold, put me in a box like a rectangle, look at the GSS now. We heard the representative from Heart talking about all the statistics, all the contributions of this sector to our country today. The foreign exchange earner, the employment, right? When our names are called, roars after roars after roars. If you don't believe me, reflect on what happened during the pandemic. People were coming from all other sectors, coming into the GSS. Graduates, there are many open doors after doors after doors. Blessings are flowing. We have completed and is receiving certification in supervisor management. Some of us will even be moving on to the leadership and management course. It is our very own Dan Edwards, president of JAMPRO, at the launch of this program, who said, Jamaica is a hotbed for talent, but talent and classroom knowledge is not enough. Consequently, These courses were designed with a transformative 80-20 framework, 80% of on-the-job training and 20% of theoretical training. These will aid persons to confidently occupy higher-end technology-oriented jobs, while SMEs, including outsourcing firms operating in the GSS, are equipped to supply the demands of its international clients in a manner that meets and exceeds global standards. Special thanks to all the partners, JAMPRO, the IDB, HEART, the GSS companies, and all the stakeholders that are making this possible. To my fellow graduates, we will continue to carry this lit torch. Let us continue to network, to brainstorm, and develop the industry. It will continue to enable persons. I'm sorry about that. To my fellow graduates, we will continue to carry this lit torch. Let us continue to network, brainstorm, and develop the industry. Graduates, the extended work days, the long evenings, the group work, the brainstorming sessions, keeping up with the assessment, the module presentation days that were sometimes nerve-wracking because we had everything to do at work and we still had this major presentation, the role play sessions, and of course, the monthly stipend. They all came together nicely to bring us here today. Honorary mention to Google, Wikipedia, and whoever created copy and paste. Batch 1 of the 2021 cohort, congratulations to all of us. We have done well. Friends, there are two types of speakers that I'm sure we all can do without. Those who never stop to think and those who never think to stop. I sincerely hope I haven't been either. In closing, our life is our story, and the adventure ahead of us is the journey to fulfill our own purpose and potential. This journey is never ending. There's always going to be growth, improvement, adversity. You just got to take it all in and do what's right. Continue to grow, continue to live in the moment. But never forget what lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. Thank you and have a great afternoon.
Thank you so much, Keisha, representing the NCA. When she mentioned Wikipedia a while ago, I saw Dr. Ingleton hold her head and say, oh my God. I feel like Wikipedia is every teacher's nightmare. If they could ban Wikipedia from the internet, I feel like they would. And I'm talking from 20 years ago to now. Keisha, be careful, you hear? All right, we're going to keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. Our next apprentice will be joining us virtually, representing Contacts 360. Let's hear from Yanisha Tomlinson.
Distinguished guests, graduates, families, friends, and supporters, a pleasant good morning to you all. My name is Yanisha Tomlinson, and I'm honored to be given the opportunity to represent the Contacts 360 Family Class of 2022. What a journey it has been. A journey where at the beginning to many seemed impossible, but once the desire to win was ignited in our hearts, we took up the mantle and ran the race, and here we are today, indeed, victors. Who knew that we would have been able to juggle working as agents, quality analysts, subject matter experts, supervisors, and our HR assistants while going to class would be such a task? When we just started, we thought, okay, this wasn't so bad. But as we delved deeper into the modules, we started to feel the pressure. We have burnt the midnight oil and toiled. Remember those late nights when we were up from 3 a.m. trying to compile our presentation to ensure that we got our good grades? They shaped us for the task ahead. People that were more fond of working alone learned how to work as a team. Surely this program has equipped us to undertake various challenges as it has exposed us to a myriad of obstacles that we'll face in the workplace. We've also learned how to communicate to a diverse population in an effective way whilst maintaining integrity and professionalism. Today, I want to say a big thank you to our Contacts 360 family for giving us the opportunity to partake in the GSS program. Not all companies would extend this as an opportunity, and so we are externally grateful. May you continue to nurture potentials. Thank you to HeartTrust for carefully designing and structuring the program, as well as creating appropriate assessment tools to adequately equip us for the journey ahead. To my fellow teammates, you have come together as one and trod the road towards success. The friendship that we have made will last a lifetime. In the same way we supported each other and helped each other to succeed, I hope we will continue to provide support and encouragement for those we cross paths with. Graduates and world changers, I charge you to spread your wings. Never put a limit on yourself. Know that failure will come, but never let it be your final destination. I implore you to hop out of the grandstand and show the world what you are made of, greatness. The sky is not the limit. There is more. Never be afraid of the giants on your paths. You have enough to guide you along the way. Have a blessed day and thank you.
Much Yanisha from Contacts 360. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our keynote address. And we'll be hearing from Senator the Honorable Auburn Hill. And of course, to introduce him this afternoon, let's welcome Tanae Daly, our Communications and Talent Platform Manager for our GSS project.
Senator the Honorable Auburn Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Sansia Bennett Templer, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Fernando Yitzhak Pavon, Operations Specialist and Projects Lead at the Inter-American Development Bank, Diane Edwards, President, Jamaica Promotions Corporation, Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, Managing Director at the Heart NSTA Trust, Egbert von Frankenberg, Chairman of the Global Services Skills Council, Marjorie Straw, Program Director for the GSS project, representatives of the board and membership of the Global Services Association of Jamaica and the Global Services Skills Council, Tara Wright, Country Director, Continuum Global, representatives of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, representatives of the GSS firms, specially invited guests, graduates, and well-wishers, good afternoon. As we gather here today to recognize the achievements of apprentices in the GSS Apprenticeship program, upon their completion of the course, it is my special task today to introduce to you our keynote speaker, Senator the Honorable Auburn Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment, and Commerce. Minister Aubin Hill has over 35 years of working experience in the private sector. As an international banker, he has lived in 9 countries and done business in more than 115. With a Harvard MBA, Minister Hill spent 21 years as a banker in the Middle East. Between December 2005 and October 2011, Minister Hill led the team which successfully divested the loss-making, government-owned sugar assets, which consisted of 5 sugar factories and 6 estates. In March 2016, Minister Hill was appointed to the Senate and subsequently elected as Deputy President of the Senate. Additionally, he was appointed as non-resident High Commissioner for Jamaica to India. In October 2017, Minister Hill was chosen as the CEO of the Prime Minister's Economic Growth Council. In September 2020, Minister Hill was invited to join the cabinet in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Minister Hill had responsibility for water, land, BPOs, the Special Economic Zone Authority of Jamaica, and special projects. On January 11, 2022, Minister Hill was appointed as the Minister of Industry, Investment, and Commerce. Minister Hill has responsibility for 22 agencies and departments, including the Jamaica Promotions Corporation, the Jamaica National Agency for Accreditation, the Cannabis Licensing Authority, Trade Board Limited, the Companies Office of Jamaica, Consumer Affairs Commission, and the Bureau of Standards. He and his wife, Tamara, have 2 adult children. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Senator the Honorable Aubin Hill. I invite you to give him your undivided attention as he delivers the keynote address. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that rather extensive introduction. Frankly, I believe Aubin Hill would have been fine. I'm going to take a guess and say Mademoiselle Master of Ceremonies. I think that's accurate. I don't see the PS. She's busy somewhere else. But our president is here, Diane Edwards, who, of course, heads up JAMPRO, which is one of the leading agencies in the Ministry of Industry, Investment, and Commerce. The newly minted Managing Director of Hard Trust NSTA, Dr. Tanisha Ingleton. Those of us who have seen her as an educator in the ministry knows the kind of energy she brings to this job. Ms. Marjorie Straw, we heard earlier. Ms. Tara From, of course, she was at JAMPRO. She's now with Global Services Sector Project. Tara Wright, Country Director. Representatives of the Board of Memberships, the Global Services Association of Jamaica, representatives of Hard Trust NTA, Mr. Johnson especially. You quoted Alvin Toffler, who actually is one of the first futurists, writing as a futurist, right? And I hope they will remember your quote. If you stop learning, you're not going anywhere. I've just broken it down for them. Okay. Clearly distinguished ladies and gentlemen, but especially the graduates. It's to you this morning that I come. It is because of you that I'm here, and really, I am pleased to share in celebrating our Global Sector Services apprentices who are graduating today as a cohort of Jamaica's sectorial apprenticeship initiative under the Global Services Sector Project. Congrats to the 114 graduates, all of you, for making it a possibility. I want to pick out something that Keisha said. Keisha is the lady in the pink. I think I got that right. That's right. That's the one. When I took over this part of the government's business, when I was in the Prime Minister's Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, I looked at what was going on and I heard the comments. It was like, you know, if you go to go to the BPO, it's worse than going to some really bad places. So about 4 months ago, I went to the Prime Minister when he was opening informatics in Portmore. So when all the ceremony was done, and the Prime Minister and him cars them with the blue light leave, me walk around the place. I went up there and I talked to the various people who are doing their business there. So lo and behold, I see a vice president of Jampro leave him job at Jampro, good government safe job, all kind of pension and something that they get that ministers don't get. I think. I'm not sure. But me know say Claude had a great job here. I saw him here as vice president, travel all over the place for Jampro. And now him leave Jampro to go take up a job in the global services sector. So you what, you think Claude an idiot? But it's not Claude alone. I go in there and I talk to the people. You see one guy dressed like him, just cool off the street. Jeans and really relaxed, t-shirt and stuff. And he's doing his thing on the computer. What do you do? Tell him what he does, which company he works for. How long you here? 7 years. What job you have? One big time manager job. And him not looking to go anywhere else. NCB need not call him. Okay? So he's well done. So you graduates that are now, and some of you have already been promoted since you start the training. I am so pleased to see you here, and I want to make Jamaica understand that right through the pandemic, when every other sector may have stopped, this sector kept on growing. This is the sector that kept on growing. And I want to tell you, it grew from 43,000 to 55,000 last June, and still growing. It's the place to be. So when I finish talk to Claude and see all these other people, I said, well, and oh, there's a gentleman there. I remember a tall guy from the Prime Minister's constituency. The Prime Minister had never met him. He'd never met the Prime Minister. Clearly was now happy to meet the Prime Minister. The man moved from doing the entry data stuff to now the country representative for the company that is here. Big time job. So I say, all right. When I finished talking to them, I walked out to the car park. So I didn't see any ladder. I don't see any pro box. It's only high-end cars, me say out there with the managers, and middle-level nice cars. It's a nice place to work. The global services sector is a very good place to work. And you know, I want to congratulate, yeah man, give yourself a clap. It's a good place to be. And I want to congratulate the 114 new graduates, because now, as the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, one of the things that I'm pushing is export. So I have another 114 export workers in Jamaica. Why do I say that? Because, like the tourist service sells its hotel space. You come and sleep, them get hard currency. You come and drive around in taxi, you get hard currency. Them go to the restaurant and eat, you get hard currency. You go to the bars and them have a nice time, you get hard currency. Well, the GSS sector, you go out there every day, and every day you sell your service to a foreign company. I congratulate you, and I want you to clap yourselves, because we have another 114 exporters today graduating in Jamaica. And that's vital. I won't stay long on this. But last year, we imported $5.975 billion US worth of stuff. and we only exported 1.441 billion. We have a long way to go, and you have stepped into that breach, and I congratulate you. Very, very happy for that. When I took over this, and cabinet, I took over the job, and I see what's going on, I say, oh, $15 million from the IDB. I want to thank the IDB. Fernando is not here today. All the other people in the IDB who work with this, and Diana and her team from JAMPRO. Diana is the executing agency, so she has in charge of the money. But when I look at that, I want to tell you that it is actually very nice to hear people that say thank you for something that the government has brought together and given to you. It's not the government's money. There's no money called government money. It's taxpayers' money. There's no money called government's money. It's taxpayers' money. People sometimes that are worse off than you, who pay taxes, are supporting you. So I'm glad to see that you're graduating and you never miss any classes, because it's very important. Sometimes it's very poor people financing your way ahead. The government gets it together and put it there. So when you look at the amount of money that the government has given through this pandemic to keep it going, it's nice to hear somebody say thanks. But thanks, I accept the thanks on behalf of taxpayers. It's not no government money. Apprenticeship is a vital mechanism to address skills gaps and ensure that the right talent is available to fill the demands of the sector. An apprenticeship program, now I can tell you Dr. Ingleton knows how much I feel about this. Their Prime Minister knows. It's Hart who must do this. It's not the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. It's Hart. And I'm so glad to see that Hart is doing it, because this skill development is very, very necessary for Jamaica's growth. In many ways, when you start an apprenticeship program, you start off with sometimes people who are not in the workforce. When starting going to take the labor force participation, them not refer on those numbers because they're not in the workforce. Many times, some of you may have been, but many times they're not. And many times, I want to see a lot more men in here. No, I'm pushing the number for women, but there's a reason why I'm going to push men. And Dr. Ingleton knows it. We need to take these young men who are strong and get them in this program so other forces don't take them. We need to cut off those forces and make sure those young men come into the workforce and become exporters. So I want to see a lot more women coming in and a lot more young men coming into the program. We have 114 out of 665 cohorts. That cohort must be built. We will be looking for more money to make sure we get this program going. But I want to say something about the apprenticeship program. And there are many women here who have gone through it and may not have to consider what I'm saying. But there has to be an important part of discipline that goes into the apprenticeship program. Why? Because if you're taking people who are not in the normal labor force, they're not in any social arrangement that reminds them how they must treat with people, how I must talk to you, that I must come to work on time, that when I come to work, I must work. When you look at for instance, the German apprenticeship program, which has been going on for hundreds of years, they didn't expect everybody to go to university in Germany. They set up a really, Mr. Johnson, I know you know it. You have had to study to do this well. When you look at the German program, they expect those people who will not finish but high school, maybe not even high school, and them channel them. So Dr. Ingleton, Mr. Johnson, everybody else down at Hart, you're going to look at that, but you're going to get people in there who can help you with the discipline. Because it's necessary in our society to make sure those who are coming from outside the normal labor force come in and are taught how to deal with relationships, taught how to deal with conflict. Yes, Keisha must disagree with you and strongly disagree with you, and you don't get in a fight and cuss her in a bad word. She has a right to disagree with you. but neither you or Keisha has a right to be disagreeable about it. So let us disagree and not be disagreeable about it. That's part of what this apprenticeship program must also train as we look to people who will join the global services sector to become exporters for Jamaica. I claim everybody who export anything. I claim that you're in this ministry. I don't care where they train you. You're in our ministry. You know, we talk about there are constant changes and developments in GSS and other associated industries. The World Economic Forum 2020 report on future of jobs highlights the ongoing need to upskill and reskill. So we know that. We have to continue to do that. Unless we do that, the truthful propaganda that we say that we have 1.5 million people in the Portmore, St. Catherine area, Kingston and St. Andrew, to make sure when you come in this small area, outside the United States and Canada, is we have the English-speaking people. Is we have the people who can speak and write English. And we want you to come here. So when Diane and her team go and sell Jamaica, and me as well, because every week we're going to talk about it. When we come to Jamaica, we have the trained people. So we want to make sure we gather them. See, one of my old friends from NCB now in this business. It's a good business to be in. See Claude leave President Diane and go on to GSS. So, you know, when we are selling this, we need to make sure we do have the capacity to provide the trained people. That's really what is, you know, the president of, maybe 3 or 4 presidents ago, of Costa Rica. They were looking to invite people to come to Costa Rica to set up businesses. This must be 25, maybe 30 years ago, maybe at least 25. And him go to Intel, president, you know, go to Intel, say, I want to see the president of Intel. At the time it was Andy Grove. And he's busy all over the world. In fact, they were looking to put what Costa Rica wanted in Singapore and Israel. They get their tax benefits and so on. So him go up there. And president is busy. All right, tell him I'm in the lobby. I'm not leaving until I get to see him. He's the president of Costa Rica. Him selling him country. And him waited and go see him. And they said, what are you offering? He said, no, I don't offer any tax relief. Not giving you any tax relief. What I'm offering you is the best trained people in Latin America. Come to Costa Rica, you will never regret it. Them go to Singapore and look, Singapore lose it, Israel lose it, Costa Rica got it because they had trained, well-capable people. That's where we must get Dr. Ingleton and your team. Go for it. That's where we must go. Congrats for leading that team. You're the first guys leading it, mainly women. But you're the ones leading it. Congratulations to you. So happy to be here with you this morning. It's just fantastic to see this. But the government of Jamaica remains committed to the global services sector. I am very committed, you see. Them tell me, say I must come here 11:45. This is my office telling me this. So I come here 11:15, 11:20. I want to hear, I'm glad to hear all of you speak. And you think about this. And maybe you should do a before and after. You need to do a before as they come in. Let them do a speech. Because me no say, Keisha and Sadiq couldn't talk so when you start. You wouldn't come up here. Is the training, some of you might, but some of you, many of you wouldn't have had the confidence to speak like you spoke this morning. Congratulations, let me tell you. You talk about Miss Lou Proud. Me tell you, said the new king would have been impressed. With the kind of English you speak, you spoke up here this morning. It was wonderful. Great to hear you speak. You imagine you couldn't do that before. That's what we're going to do with our apprenticeship participants. The 665 we plan, and the more you're going to get, but you're the trailblazers. Go out there and continue to shine. All you spoke very well. It was lovely. She did. She did. But we have a great partner, Heart NSTA, and the new energized president. I just want to extend my very warm welcome to the new MD of Heart NSTA, Dr. Tanisha Ingleton. She is brimming with ideas and energy. Miss Sarah Fona down there. If you want to know when you get, good luck. When you're going to work till the tide, but Jamaica is going to be better. Join with her, work with her. Jamaica is going to be better. I will be urging her to infuse a substantial dollop of discipline, as I've just said. I want you to make sure you really you have to respect time. You must come on time. If you don't come on time, it's lucky it's not me running it. If you don't come on time and you're late 1 minute, you have to do 20 push-ups. You get fitter and fitter. But you know something, by the third morning, nobody comes late. But I have other things to do. So I'll leave you in the hands of Dr. Tanisha Ingleton. We applaud GSSS firms present today who enlisted employees to participate in the apprenticeship program. Conduent Jamaica, we saw them, I've met them. IBIX Global, Contact 360 BPO Solutions, National Credit Adjusters, and Vistaprint. I have to also thank, there's a gentleman that I didn't thank, Mr. Egbert von Frankenberg, the chairman of the Global Services Skills Council, for his participation and pushing this program for us. We really appreciate that. All of you should appreciate it. I certainly appreciate it. I want to thank him. So we want to thank these companies who have participated, who have molded to become great supervisors. They're molding you to become great supervisors, managers. Many of them in time will make you the country managers of their business. Some of them will move you to another country sometimes. So there are great opportunities as this world develops. Continue to hone your skills, sharpen them. Don't get satisfied. Don't believe this is over. This is only the beginning of excellence that you're going to be. And some of you are going to be really outstanding, and I'm looking to see when those outstanding people arrive. These are our aims at the GSS project, and JAMPRO and the government of Jamaica really support and believe in that. I also express my commendations to the GSS team, led by Ms. Marjorie Straw, for their work so far on this project. So far, lots more to go. They have taken care to ensure that the apprentices are employees from different firms in the sector and from diverse backgrounds, and that emphasis is placed on the lifelong learning that Mr. Johnson mentioned, that Toffler say you must not forget, developing supervisory skills, and enabling positive engagement with employees. These qualities, as we see that these companies have encouraged, these qualities will undoubtedly positively impact firms in the GSS and in the nation at large. Talent continues to be Jamaica's competitive advantage in the global outsourcing space and is one of the main areas of discussion when courting and engaging investors globally. The paucity of trained supervisors who function not only on an operational level, but also have the competencies to lead and empower these teammates was an area of some concern. Today, I am happy to see that a successful apprenticeship program was developed to address that need, and you are the first fruits of that program. Jamaica has over 100 companies, including Fortune 500 global companies, employing some 56,000 individuals island-wide, with the goal of growing to 75,000 by December 25th or before. That's a little bit too long for me. You know that, Diane. I've said that before. I don't want to hear about 75,000 people, employees in 2025. What about the end of 2023 to the middle of 2024? Over to you, Doctor. Okay? We will be talking to our partner, IDB, to find other areas to support us in as we borrow money to invest. The money that we borrow from IDB is not to spend, it's to invest in you so that you have a skill that will last you and improve over the next 20, 30 years. That's what that investment is about. It's not an expense. It's an investment item. And I think I know the difference from my long time in dealing with finance. I urge you to lead by example so your colleagues within your respective companies can be inspired, and outside those companies, to pursue professional growth via the GSS Apprenticeship program. Utilize the training you receive to guide you in your roles and continue to peak, that is, perform to enhance, accelerate your knowledge in your endeavors. I want to say many thanks to the IDB for providing the funding. I want to say many thanks to the HART NSTA for doing so much and will continue to do so much for us. I want to say many thanks to the graduates for taking it seriously and becoming an example. Because you hear I talk about those guys who went out there and they're 7 years there and they're 10 years there and they're now managers. They had to stay the course. You can't just start and stop and run off and go do something else. Stay the course. And funnily enough, other opportunities will come if you stay the course. If you run off, what are you going to get? So I'm here this morning as the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, enormously proud of your achievement. Wonderful to congratulate you. And I'll be telling your story all over the place, that this is the place to be, because, you know, as we move away from sugar, sugar gone. As we move away from banana, banana gone. As we move away, and we're moving to some agri-processing products that Diane and I will be speaking about and getting investors for. But this is a growing area, and you can stay here and earn money from Israel and Norway and Saudi Arabia and United States. Hard currency exporting your services. What a privilege to congratulate you this morning. It's all mine. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Senator, the Honorable Aubin Hill. What an address. Oh my, I mean, one more time for him, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Minister sounds like the perfect Jamaican parent who is proud. The proud parent, right? First of all, you know that they always love when you are grateful and you express gratitude. So they love when you say thank you for what you've done for me, right? Then they also love that when they invest in you, you don't miss any class. So that means, say what? The money don't waste. And when the money don't waste, that means what? The returns are sure. Right? So one more time for the minister, ladies and gentlemen. Now I think we have one more apprentice to hear from, but we're going to hear from her a little bit later on. At this time, I'd like you to turn your attention to the screens as we'll be recognizing and acknowledging all of our apprentices. Ladies and gentlemen, batch one of the 2021 cohort, all the graduates, congratulations again to you. So let's move right along and let's recognize the top 3 awardees by firm. And we're going to start with our 3rd place awardees. This presentation will be done by Dan Edwards, president of JAMPRO. Our 3rd place awardee from Vistaprint, Tanisha Brown. From IBEX, Georgette Bedwood. You want to shift to the side, sure. Smile. Thank you so much, Georgette. Our 3rd place awardee from the National Credit Adjusters, Melisha Leslie. She's not here with us, but still give her a round of applause. From Contacts 360, we have Melinda Corbin. A round of applause for Melinda as well. And from Conduent, Tanisha Brackett. Thank you so much, Mrs. Edwards, President of JAMPRO. Now I invite Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, the Managing Director of the Heart NSTA Trust, who will be presenting our 2nd place awardees. From Vistaprint, Richard Reed. A round of applause for him. Unfortunately, he's not here with us this morning or this afternoon. From IBEX, Tanisha Howe. From the National Credit Adjusters, Manifa Gray. Manifa, you and Dr. Ingleton matching this morning. Great minds think alike, they say. From Contacts 360, Shaunalyn Smith. Round of applause for Shaunalyn, unfortunately not here with us this afternoon. And from Conduent, Michelle Campbell. Thank you so much, Dr. Ingleton. And now I'd like to invite Senator the Honorable Aubin Hill, who will be doing the presentation for the 1st place awardees. From Vistaprint, we have Sadiq Black. Congratulations to you. From IBEX, Latifa Coleman. Minister said Queen Latifah. That's right. From the National Credit Adjusters, Keisha Walters Barrett. Our 1st place awardee from Contacts 360, Yanisha Tomlinson. Round of applause for Yanisha. Unfortunately, not here with us this afternoon. And from Conduent, Crystal Owens. We'll be hearing from Crystal soon. Congratulations to all our top awardees, ladies and gentlemen. I think I only have ladies here with us this morning. So I'd like to invite you right up front for a photo op with the minister before he goes quickly. And of course, I want to also invite Dr. Tanisha Ingleton and the president of JAMPRO, Dan Edwards, as well to join in on the photo op. Minister, I'm sure you're feeling like a king right now with all with all these beautiful ladies around you. Don't move just yet. One more photo, two more photos. Awesome. Congratulations again to our top awardees from batch 1 of the 2021 cohort. I'm kindly asking for a little assistance to get back right here. Just Thank you so much, gentlemen. Now, as we continue with the program, we were hearing a number of the reflections earlier, but we had to, kind of jump over a little bit. But I think it's now time to hear from our final apprentice, Crystal Owens from Conduent. Please make her feel welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
I was rejoicing silently for a moment and I thought she forgot me. I was like, yeah. All right, good afternoon. All protocols observed. I am humbled to address this awesome gathering here today. Reflecting on our journey, it is safe to say that this program has equipped us with some of the most significant values that are crucial to any company that operates within the GSS environment: teamwork and a collaborative approach. I am certain that when many of us signed up for this program, we thought it was just another task to get done because our jobs required it. Many of us were not necessarily prepared to garner the wealth of knowledge we did. We welcomed the time away from the hectic schedule of a GSS environment, but on the other hand, we were like, no rest for the wicked, as we had assignments, assessments, group projects, and the list goes on. The balancing act between being a full-time employee who juggles school, families, and life in general became more necessary as success was the end prize. We did what we had to do. We navigated the hurdles, we bowed through those difficult times, and we shot like a shooting star across the night skies, landing us here in this very moment, accepting the rewards of our hard work. Strangers at the start, but now we're stalwarts with one thing in common. That is more, equipped with new skill sets and knowledge, ready to conquer giants in our professional lives. Supervising and managing people is not all black and white, but it is finding the right mix of genuine human warmth and competencies. On behalf of the apprentices of the 2021 Supervisory Management Program, I want to extend our sincerest gratitude and appreciation to all the stakeholders. The conceptualizer of this initiative, Jampro, the executioners, Margie Stewart, the program director, and the beneficiaries. The vision and deliberate intent by the government of Jamaica through the Heart NSTA Trust to embark on this partnership of development, empowerment, and certification for employees within the GSS landscape is evident that this sector is just as competitive as any of our traditional sectors. Thanks to the senior executives, IBEX, Contacts 360, Vistaprint, National Creditors Adjusters, and in particular, my organization, Conduent. We appreciate you for giving us the needed time to develop our skills and overall competencies. Thanks to the facilitators, our dedicated and diligent trainers, and the faculty and administration staff. To my fellow apprentices, if you're feeling frightened about what comes next, don't be. Embrace the uncertainty and allow it to take you places. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Crystal. So fitting to close out the reflections from our apprentices this afternoon. Now, a lot of the times we hear of the saying, you know, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right? And this is used a lot of the times, you know, to encourage optimism and a positive attitude in the face of adversity. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's turn our attentions to the screen as we'll have a presentation from Tara Wright, our country director from Continuum Global.
Hello, good morning. I want to give greetings to Senator the Honorable Auburn Hill, Ms. Santia Bennett Templar, the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Fernando Pavon, Operations Specialist and Project Lead for Inter-American Development Bank, Ms. Diane Edwards, the President of Jamaica Promotions Corporation, Dr. Ingleton, Managing Director of Heart Trust, Mr. Frankenberg, the Chairman of Global Service Skills Council, of course, Ms. Marjorie Sorrell, the Program Director of GSS Project, and other cohorts and other persons, attendees, and special invited guests. Thank you so much. So when I was asked to do this presentation, I was extremely excited. Just a little backstory, I just got married on Friday. So when I was told, or when I was asked to the graduation, I was like, of course, I will definitely come and be a part of this initiative, because I am what I like to consider myself a very good result of the BPO industry. So if anyone knows me, they will know that I'm very big on nation building. Any opportunity that I can have to sell Jamaica to anyone, if anything that we can do to increase our standard of living, I'm the person that's going to be there driving that. So whenever I have my orientations, I'm always telling the guys that once they work in our sector, they no longer become a statistic. They're now Jamaicans, like persons, investors look at us as all Jamaicans, right? So when they come to work, coming to work on time, doing the best things on the call, being productive, all of that, you're no longer just Tara Wright or John Brown. You are a Jamaican. So we have to always put our best foot forward. Why do you think investors love Jamaica? Because we are, just as our biggest resources are people, we are the jewel of the Caribbean. So the investors are very happy and want to work with us. And any opportunity that gives me or any like-minded person the opportunity to sell Jamaica is why I'm happy that I was asked and why I'm able to be here to explain why we need to continue doing the things that we should do. Similar to lemons to lemonade, diamonds are made under pressure. And I simply love that. It reminds me of how some people look at our sector like it's lemons. And then we have to tell folks like you and I that we are the lemonade. We are the definition of, the diamonds meeting pressure or pressure creating diamonds. So as we are the future Jamaica, we need to preserve our sector as it is we are our biggest resource, right? So while we do have a hand in hospitality, the BPO sector has been a sense of financial freedom for persons, and it has been another way for persons to be able to look after their family. For myself, it wasn't easy starting with the sector. Everything was fast, a fast-paced environment with something that I wasn't very used to. And I know that persons that are coming into the sector, just coming in, that is one of the things that they take a while to get used to. Being able to work in a fast-paced culture where attendance and absenteeism are paramount to productivity, and just understanding why that was important. And as I wanted to grow in the sector, I really wanted to change my paradigm. How can I grow in this BPO sector? How can I show other Jamaicans that this is actually the future, right? So I had a paradigm shift working in the sector. I appreciated different characteristics that I was able to hone, such as responsibility, readiness, transparency, and being an effective communicator, to name a few. I realized that this sector would allow for other persons to ascertain goals. We're not just limited to working in a sector that we perhaps didn't want to work in, right? I know that the BPO sector is not limited to just operations. We have HR, we have workforce management, we have IT, we have project management, there is quality assurance. There are so many aspects in this world that we work in that will allow for an individual to be able to do what is expected, what they want to do, and be able to be productive and be proud of themselves. So given that I was given a position where I can help persons, I thought it was the prudent of me to be paying it forward. And that's why 4 things I believe that I worked on that helped me and helps the person that I'm developing to be better leaders. So I believe relationship building, conflict management, sharpening of the saw, or knowing when to take a break, and accountability were the things that once I started to work on these things, I was able to develop other leaders were able to develop their agents, and we were able to see how this sector can actually be your home away from home, which is what I'm very family oriented. So I always speak to people as if we're one. So with the accountability piece, which I know that it's one of the hardest elements in our world, the BPO world, the accountability piece. It's one of the hardest elements. Some people get offended when they're held accountable, and then you have managers who are afraid to hold people accountable because they don't want to lose a relationship. But as leaders, this is a daily exercise that we do. We are big on ownership, and due to this, if we see an anomaly, we should provide feedback as soon as a misbehavior is done. This is to prevent harboring negative feelings about someone's poor performance. Unless discipline occurs as close to the misbehavior as possible, it tends not to be helpful in influencing future behavior. If managers would only intervene early, they could deal with one behavior at a time, and the person receiving the discipline would not feel overwhelmed. They could hear the feedback, and that's why I personally believe that having performance reviews more often than just a year, just being able to let your employees know where they are, what they can do to improve, move on to the next level is paramount in your success as the future leaders. When we're having accountability or responsibility conversations, we never attack a person's worth or value as a person. Since them being okay as a person is not up for grabs, they won't feel defensive then. They won't feel defensive and in an attempt to defend themselves. We reprimand the behavior only. This, therefore, their only reaction would be to the specific behavior and not their feelings about themselves as human beings. And I do know that as leaders, sometimes we expect a certain behavior from the person who we're coaching, but it is paramount for us as leaders to ensure that we are only disciplining the behavior and not the person, because we want to ensure that the person remains engaged. So I know you're probably thinking, so if we see the behavior, correct the behavior, and then give them a praise to say, okay, you know, let's ensure that we doing this going forward so that the person doesn't feel like we are giving them too much of a negative approach. What if we try to give them the positive approach first and then reprimand after? It doesn't really work like that. And I'm going to share with you a little story before so that you can understand. There's an old philosophy that has worked well for literally thousands of years. There's in fact a story in ancient China that illustrates this. Once upon a time, there was an emperor appointed as second in command. He called his prime minister and in effect said to him, why don't we divide up the tasks? Why don't you do all the punishing and I'll do all the rewarding? The prime minister said, fine, I'll do all the punishing and you'll do all the rewarding. The emperor said, yes, that's exactly what we'll do. So sometime after, the emperor soon noticed that whenever he asked someone to do something, they might do it or they might not do it. However, when the prime minister spoke, people moved. So the emperor called the prime minister in and said, why don't we divide the tasks again? You have been doing all the punishing, so let's switch it up, and then I will do the punishing and you do all the rewarding. So the prime minister and the emperor switched roles again. And within a month, the prime minister was emperor. The emperor had been a nice person, rewarding and being kind to everyone. Then he started to punish people. People said, what's wrong with the old cougar? And they threw him out on his ear. When they came to look for a replacement, they said, you know what's really starting to come around? The prime minister. So they put him into office. If you're tough on the behavior and then supportive of the person, it works. So I just wanted to share this key element because I do know that we're in a people business. We just need to know how to correct behaviors and how to still keep the person engaged. And that's one of the lessons for me when this whole entire experience was a lemon and I was able to now actively act on that, continue putting it to practice. And now I can say that we're all drinking the sweetness of our lemonade. So guys, I just want to say that you guys being a part of this initiative, being able to hone on your skills as leaders is the best thing that we could do for this industry. We need more leaders. We need more engaging leaders. We need leaders that are going to be able to hold persons accountable, because we know that if we're able to stop the behaviors that we don't want, keep the person engaged, we're going to be able to have more productivity, more return on investment, and we're going to have the type of environment or culture that someone will want to work in. And that's all from me, folks.
Thank you so much, Tara Wright, our country director from Continuum Global, talking about, lemons to lemonade, making those diamonds under pressure and just continuing to just hone our skills. So thank you so much, Tara. All right, so it's time to get your fingers going. Of course, we have to have giveaways for you, all right? We need to do a little bit of fun before we close out. So I know that you saw our apprentices with their hats on, or graduates, with their hats, and we had a hat competition, and we had some shortlisted submissions. Are you putting a trophy on your hat? Right? Are you trying to do a quick last minute submission now to see if you'll win? So we have some gift cards to give away, and we had some shortlisted applicants, or submissions, I should say. So let's take a look, and I want to invite you that you can actually go on kahoot.it, that's KAHOOT.IT, and I'm going to ask you to put in the game pin where you'll be voting live. So we're going to see, yes, all our shortlisted fantastic hats. And the pin is 301050. So let me repeat the pin, 301050. Is everybody in? Tane, how are we looking? Good? Okay. And it's kahoot.it, KAHOOT.IT. So our first giveaway or graduation hat competition. And the pin 301050. Is there a way that we can see the hats on the screen in the meantime? Okay, are we ready? Signing in, logging on. So let's see, it's the top 3 hats, right? Let's take a look at the top, the top hats. Oh, graduation is up. Well, gratitude is a must. Look at that finish line. Look at the crown. All right. Kamiga, I see extraordinary, accomplished, feeling, or okay. So she showed the transition. Then our third entry, snake and ladder. Wow, okay. Oh, so we have 4. Ooh, all right. It's only up from here. Vote for your favorite design in our poll. So we had our top 4. Yes, Lennox Row, entry number 1. Gratitude is a must. Who do you think it will be, guys? Entry number 2, Kamiga Roberts. Yes, showing the outcome and the extraordinary accomplishments. Entry number 3, Jodianne Williams. Snakes and ladders. We love it. And our final entry, Daniel Davidson. It's only up from here. As a result of the GSS Apprenticeship program. Who do you think the winner will be, guys? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1, is it number 1? Is it number 2? Is it number 3? Is it number 4? I feel like I have a I feel, favoritism not good, How we looking, Tane? Let's start. Let's go. Live voting, guys. You have a minute or 2 to tell us who you think the winner will be or who is deserving of these fantastic and I would say expensive gift cards. Yes. So the colors, Tene, the colors represent, is it red? I see red, blue, green, and yellow. Who is red? Red is Lennox. Lennox, that's number 1. Okay, so red is number 1. Blue is number 2. Yellow is number 3. And green is number 4. So place your votes quickly. And let's see who will take home the prize for the best, or I say best designed hat in our graduation hat competition. All right, so it's there. We have 47 answers so far. So number 1 is red. Number 2 is blue. Number 3 is yellow. And number 4 is green. Come on, guys, you have 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. The polls are coming in. Okay, I see red and yellow fighting for second place. Green look like them run away with it. I don't know, we say prosperity. So we're almost out of time. How are we looking with time, Tane? Yes? We're finished. All right, so I think we have our first, or should I start with our third place? Who came in third? Was it red or yellow? Let's wait for that report to come up. I should tell you, third place will be walking away with a $60 US gift card. That sounds like Amazon. Okay, we're going to announce at the end. All right, so I can tell them the prizes though. Yes, so third place will receive a $60 gift card. Second place will actually receive a $80 gift card. And first place, a $100 gift card, okay? So I'm sure you can buy yourself something nice. So we have a second game for you before we close out, guys. This one is the trivia. And I should actually tell you, I was testing out this platform. It's not only how many you get correct, but if you can do it the fastest, right? For the trivia. So we have a trivia coming up, and we also have a prize for the first place winner. They'll also be receiving a gift card. And I think we're just about ready to kickstart the trivia. Tenny, are we ready? All right, so the first question. Oh, sorry, I didn't give you the pin. My apologies. So we're going back at kahoo.it. And the pin for this one is 6995673. So the pin, let me repeat it, 6995673. Yes, sign in, guys, sign in. One more time, 6995673. So even if you get the answers right, you have to do it quickly to win. All right, are we just about ready? 30 more seconds for everyone else to sign on. 6995673 for our GSS Apprenticeship Trivia. Are we ready? 1 second. You want me to repeat the pin again? Okay, it's on. Okay, 6995673. Got it. Tanya, let me know when you're ready to start. And you will also, I mean, if you win, you'll also receive a gift card. I think everyone is signed on now. We're ready to go. One more minute. One more minute, guys. Who knows all the answers to these questions? Who has the quickest fingers of the bunch? I see we have a favorite in the room already. That's Crystal. You're saying Crystal have the quickest fingers of the bunch. All right, we're going to see if she can get the most right and if she has the quickest fingers. Are we ready? All right, so let's go. Trivia question 1. And remember, you have 30 seconds to answer the questions. Who can answer them correctly and the fastest? So the first question is, what does the GSS in GSS project stand for? Is it Global Services Skills, Global Skills Sector, Global Services Sector, or Global Skills Services? 17 seconds to go. 13. 10, 9, 8. Come on, guys. Fill in those answers quickly. Global Services Sector, 36 persons got that right. Next up, let's go. Latifa moving. All right, let's go. What does PEAK stand for? And we have all the answers there. Does it mean perform to enhance and accelerate your knowledge? Perform to enhance and advance your knowledge? Prepare to enhance and accelerate your knowledge? Or prepare to educate and accelerate your knowledge? 10 seconds to go, guys. All right, it's perform to enhance and accelerate your knowledge. Let's see who is at the top of the leaderboard so far. Who is Latif? Is Latifa here or is Latifa? All right, next question. We're going to keep it going. Let's see who can catch up with Latifa. The next question. The apprenticeship training program comprises of 90% of the job training and 10% on the job training, 80% theory training and 20% practical training, 100% of the job training or 80% on the job training and 20% off the job training. 11 seconds to go, guys. You need a recount. Get those fingers moving. It's D, 80% on the job training and 20% off the job training. Let's see how the stats looking now. Ooh, who is Tanbi? Tanbi put up her hand proud, you know. Tanbi said, I kicked you off, Latifa. All right, next question. Next. All right, let's go. Apprenticeship programs can span from level 2 to 7. The GSS supervisory management program is equivalent to is it level 7, level 4, level 6, or level 3? Yes, let's go. Those answers are coming in quickly. 8 seconds to go. Let's see who will win that gift card. The answer is level 3. Okay, let's look at the leaderboard now. All right, Tanbi keeping her lead. Next question. We're going to keep it moving. How long is the apprenticeship program? Is it 6 months, 12 months, 9 months, or 18 months? $15 seconds to go. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is 12 months. Let's see who's keeping okay. Holding on to the lead strong. We're going to keep the questions going quickly. Next up, what were the pilot and 2021 cohorts of apprentices trained in? Is it A, supervisory management, B, business communication, C, data management, or D, operations management? Let's get those fingers moving. 10 seconds to go. The answer is A, supervisory management. All right, let's see how the stats looking. Tanbi's on fire. I love how that little fire just pop up beside you there, you know. You really have some quick fingers there. All right, next question. Name the executing agency for the GSS project. Is it IDB, Heart Trust, NSTA Trust, the University of the West Indies, or JAMPRO? Answers coming in. 10 seconds to go. All right, JAMPRO is the answer for that one. Let's see what's the stats right now. All right, Tanbi keeping her lead. Sheena is in second place. Latifa is coming back up. We have Sadine. All right, next one. Following success in the supervisory management course exams, what will the apprentice receive to mark this achievement? Is it a national certificate, a degree, a diploma, or a monetary award? So following success in the supervisory management course exams, what will the apprentice receive to mark this achievement? Let's see those answers. 5 seconds left. And the answer is a national certificate. All right. Oh, Tanvi keeping that lead, but Sheena is right behind her. Sheena, if you can answer, if you can just beat her in time and get it right, you might just beat her. All right, so next one. Which of the following statements best summarizes the mission of the GSS Apprenticeship Program? Is it to provide a high-quality education, to build a foundation for lifelong learning, strengthening of the skills development system, or develop youths with active and creative minds? So which of the following statements best summarizes the mission of the GSS Apprenticeship Program? Let's see, and the answer is strengthening of the skills development system. Oh, that was a tough one between B and C. Tan B keeping her lead. Sheena's right there with her. Then we have Katie coming up. All right, next one. Which of the following groups designs and develops new training programs and standards for the apprenticeship program? Is it the National Council on Technical and Vocational Education and Training, NCTVET, the Ministry of Education, Global Services Skills Council, or Global Services Association of Jamaica? So which of these groups, guys, designs and develops new training programs and standards for the apprenticeship program? 5 seconds to go. Get those answers in quickly. And the answer is the Global Services Skills Council. So we have another question, or 10th question to be exact. Ooh. Katie came in third. Okay. Yes, and our winner is Tanvi. Congratulations to you. So Katie came in third, Sheena came in second, and Tanvi came in first. So congratulations to you. We will have a gift card for you. All right, and I think we'll also be announcing the winner of the hat competition. Okay, so we need another minute for that. I don't know, my live audience, let me see, because they gave me extra questions, so let me see if you guys can answer them and take away Tanvi prize from her. Okay, let's see. From the list, choose the stakeholders and partners with the GSS project. Universities, IDB, the Ministry of Education, or the Heart NSTA Trust, or all of the above. Anybody else? So we have universities, IDB, Ministry of Education, Heart NSTA Trust, or all of the above. So your guess is everything except universities. Your guess is Heart and IDB. Do we have any other guesses? All of the above. Any more? Did you know that you would have gotten it right? It's actually all of the above. So the stakeholders and partners with the GSS project, we have universities, IDB, the Ministry of Education, and the Heart NSTA Trust. All right, are we ready with the scores now? Yes, so in third place, we have Lennox Rowe. So Lennox will be receiving a $60 US gift certificate. In second place, we have Jody Ann Williams. She'll be receiving an $80 gift certificate. And in first place, we have Daniel Davidson. All right, congratulations, Daniel. You'll be receiving a $100 US gift card. Ladies and gentlemen, I won't hold you much longer. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations to you as well. Continue to hone those skills. Don't get comfortable. Stay true to the course, and of course, celebrate the journey and embrace the future. My name is Talia Soares. Thank you so much for having me, and congratulations to you once again, Batch 1 from the 2021 cohort for the GSS Apprenticeship Program. Have a good afternoon, everyone.